Show me which one it is.
And with the anthems complete and the lineups announced, it's time to play hockey. This is the 2019 ACHA Division II National Championship Tournament here on the ACHA Hockey Network. Andrew Shapiro joined alongside Rasty McGibbon, and we have for us today a Pool A matchup between the Southeast number 4, the North Carolina State University Ice Pack, and the Central number 3, the Trine University Thunder. And as I bring in my partner, Rasty McGibbon, Rasty, what are you looking for out of today's game?
Well, I think for Trine, they're going to have to come out early. I think yesterday we were able to really see what North Carolina State is capable of. In their first game, they got shell-shocked there in the first 4 minutes, allowing 3 goals, which ultimately resulted in a goaltender change. Joey Hall was taken out after 20 minutes, and they brought in the cannonball, Josh Cannon, to finish out that one. North Carolina State
beaten in the regular season, 27-0. They are 1-1 here in pool play. Trine University comes into this game. That one pushed forward, and that one steered off to the side. That at the hands of UMass, and a tie to start pool play off by the hands of Northern Colorado. North Carolina State moving right to left on your monitors in the black jerseys with the white numbers and red striping. Trine moving left to right in the white jerseys trimmed in blue, and that one started off there by the save of Tyler Huff. To the point it goes, a shot taken that by Eric Mura, and off to the races, there goes Demizio. Demizio shot, he scores! Jason Demizio, 52 seconds into the game, puts Trine up 1-0.
And a defensive breakdown there by NC State as Trine able to get in behind him. And he was pretty well unobstructed all the way in from the hash marks, decided to go 5-hole on the goaltender. Joey Hall beats him just 52 seconds into this contest. And as I talked about, both teams need to come out hard and fast. Not really the start you'd want if you're a North Carolina State fan, but an absolute fantastic start from the Thunder of Trine.
Joey Demizio turning defense into offense. He blocks a shot, goes coast to coast, and just 52 seconds in, Trine's up 1-0. And for Joey Demizio on the tournament, that is going to be goal number 2. Off the tie-up, it's played out by the Thunder, and going in front of their bench, it's going to be quickly turned back in by Devin Halko. Demizio's second of the tournament unassisted, as that one might have rang off the post. Huff might have also gotten a piece of it. Couldn't really tell from my vantage point. As on the near side boards, it's played out by Sean Sharippa. To the crest of center ice, Sharippa has it again. Walks in, a nice move around 2 Ice Pack members, and it's played out to center to the plate there by Robinson. Alex Robinson starts out, loses his footing, but gets it back. Gets around one Trine defender, unable to get around the second one, as it's swung back in by Tanner Bennett. Bennett goes off the boards looking for Sharippa. And it's going to be taken out by Nicholas Ludeman. Plays it out to center. Trine got to be careful there. They were very close to getting a too many men on the ice call, but Robinson will play it up ahead for NC State. Backhanded pass. He was looking in front to try to find Laith Jadala as it swung back around. Jadala looks out in front. It's on goal. Huff will pounce on it and get the whistle. With 2:04 gone by here in this first period, Trine quickly up 1-0.
Nice intensity there by North Carolina State, as really in the first 2 minutes of this. And they are going to make a goaltending change very early on. Out for Trine is Tyler Huff, and in the goaltender number 29, that is James Fry.
Huff, the senior, playing in his final game today, and That's a really nice job there by Dan Mays to give Huff the final send-off that he deserved, much as they do in the MLB when they send a player out and give him a standing ovation. A nice hand by the Trine faithful here in our section, and the fan base as well at home, obviously applauding, and the members of the Thunder on the bench, stick taps all around. What a career Tyler Huff has had, getting the Trine Thunder to 2 consecutive national championship tournaments, and, I mean, you just can't say enough about the guy. Quickly, and it's played back into the Trine end. This is James Fry's first taste of action in the national tournament. So he looks to be tested early as it's played back into his end. He passes it, throws it in behind the net. Oh, loose in front, buries it!
Rebound to the net open, and they...
And are Michael Creighton and Brandon Targett. And a save, and North Carolina. Backdoor play, and he'll feed a pass up ahead. There goes... Back corralled behind the net by Halko. He'll play it out to center. Goes side corner on the left post. Now circling with it is Dombrowski. He'll go in the first period.
A nice two-way action, and I think Trine has done an excellent job of so far. Getting there is the large part of the battle as Trine clogging up that.
It's really pretty elementary, Rasty. 3 pools are clinched, and 1 pool is going to be decided tonight at 7:30 p.m. That'll 2-0. They locked up the bracket last. Decided later on tonight. That's the winner-take-all game that I mentioned between the UNH Wildcats and the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles. The defending national champions, Florida Gulf, that has the edge in goals allowed, which is the first tiebreaker as that one goes wide.
Yeah, Bobby keeps him stingy there, especially on the D.
Pool C, that was locked up last night. Northeast, that one and sticked away by Hall. It goes to the point by virtue of their 6-1 over Aquinas. They are off the day with 3 teams eligible, as here comes that's going to be Malazowski in the corner. His shot goes, and the Cincinnati Bearcats, the Southeast number 3, came roaring back. 6 unanswered goals by Cincinnati. So at 7:30 p.m. here on the ACHA, here comes Callahan. 3-3. Callahan low to the far side corner. Rattles around the near side boards for the keep-in by Vigine, leading NC State 2-0 this final game of Pool A action.
I would say really the momentum here through the first 8.5 minutes of in favor of North Carolina is probably more so of
cross taken by Hudson. Hudson fires a shot and Trine leading 2-0.
When they are able to get it across the blue line and get it down there, I think they're going to need to get bodies in front of Fry so that he can stop. You know, we've talked about this tournament that we may not have the 16 best goalies in Division II here, but definitely, you know, there's an elite level.
2-on-1 for the Pack. A shot, glove save by Fry. He denies Devin Halko on a breakaway 2-on-1 and keeps it a 2-0 lead for the Thunder.
And I do think that most times these goalies are going to be able to stop what they can see. Now, I have seen some instances where that is not the case of this national tournament. That tends to be the outlier. So definitely traffic in front and making the goaltenders work for it is going to be important down the stretch.
We've definitely seen some solid goaltending here as that bad angle shot is fought off by Fry and the puck is loose and played out by Trine. We've had some massive opportunities. One thing that comes to mind, the opening day of pool play action, Ashton Opperman of Northern Colorado, he made about 45 saves in their tie here as we get an offsides. He made about 45 saves in their tie with the same Trine Thunder. And that's just a humane effort. And also on the first day of pool play, we had Michael Weber of Cincinnati who stopped a Lindenwood onslaught, 33 saves in their 3-1 victory that really kind of sparked the momentum for the Bearcats.
I think one thing that we have seen with both of these teams is a lot of time spent in the penalty box. You know, this is a 2-0 game so far, and special team opportunities definitely are going to be an important.
Backdoor play. That shot goes through the crease. Fry saw it all the way, and a bad play goes behind the net now. Here's Halko on the near side boards. Wraps it down low. Taken by Johnson. Johnson ties up there with Hatton. Escaping with it for Trine and rubbed off just as quickly was Sean Sharippa. Circling back with it is Halko as with 9:30 to go here in the first period, the Trine Thunder lead the NC State Ice Pack by a 2-0 count. Pushed forward, it wraps in behind the net. First one there to take is Ludeman. Hill sends it up the boards. Hudson the keep. He fires a shot. Pad save made by Fry. Sears it into the far side corner, and DeMizio will start out. Tries to feed a pass ahead for Molnix, but it goes off of his stick, and circling back with it is Kinney. Up the boards it goes. Taken forward by Costigan, Wrapped around behind the net. There's Dombrowski. He plays a pass. It's intercepted. Touch forward there by Mazowski, and Costigan has it. Costigan a shot blocked on the way in. A good job by Vigar to get in front of the shot. Right wing boards. A keep in at the line by Eric Todd. Played out to center, and out with it starts Kyle Callahan. Down the left wing. He's muscled off the puck by Cam Mazikowski. Mazikowski will start up. In the neutral zone, it's played up ahead, just out of the reach of Todd, and pushed over the crest of center ice, and down the right wing, here goes Bennett. Bennett, 1-on-3, tries to get around a man, unable to do so. That was Leif Jadala standing in his way. Near side boards, it's played out to center, and circling back with it for the backhand play was Vigar. 8:20 to go here in the first period. Trine leading NC State 2-0. With the puck there is Mazikowski. He'll feed a pass up ahead. There goes Banashevitz. Banashevitz tries to get around his man, does so. A nice move. Banashevitz in the near side corner, wraps it around the front. A backhander steered away by Fry with confidence. As playing up the boards now goes Ludeman. Keeping at the line there by Banashevitz. And it's out to center. North Carolina State has to regroup. Mazikowski has the Trine Thunder make a change. Pack come in 3-on-4. Down the boards. There goes Jadal out in front. And a save made by Fry. Pushed forward and behind the net. Vigar has it for Trine. He plays it up the far side boards. One-on-one battle ensues, and out down the puck goes. In front of the NC State bench with 7:35 to go in the first period. And Trine leading 2-0 in this Pool A finale for these two teams. This will be the final game of the season for these two teams as well, as both have been eliminated from semifinal contention. To the right wing boards, a pass by Pearl, shot, never made it on goal, it got blocked down. And again, a good job by Anastradov to be able to get in the way of that shot. Wrapped behind the net, there goes Pearl. Going the other side, poked away from him. And circling with it one more time is Pearl. He takes a check hard to the ice. That one courtesy of Banashevitz, and is played down the right wing boards. Pass played across for the take by Vigar. He'll spring it up ahead, looking for Molnix, who tips it into the NC State end. 6:53 to go in the first period. 2-0 lead for the Trine Thunder, even though they are being outshot 10-7 in the middle stages of this opening frame. With the puck is Jansen. He'll feed it up ahead. There goes Sharippa. 1-on-3. Sharippa tries to dance around a couple of pack members and does so. Down low, the takeover there is by Werstein. Has it stripped away from him, and there goes Eric Mura. Mura will start up casually over the blue line. Tries to gain the red line, stood up there by Werstein, and it's played back into the Trine end. With the puck is Sharippa. He's got one of the two Trine goals, and he's almost pickpocketed there, but gets some help, as now with the puck, there goes Jansen. Sharippa plays it up ahead, pass forward onto the stick of Callahan. 1-on-5 goes Callahan as the Thunder make a line change. He's muscled off the puck. Reinforcements come in the person of Pearl. To the point it goes. In the slot, knocked away from the stick of Demizio, and NC State will send it all the way down. And this will be an icing, as the puck had legs for the goal line, and the first one there to get it for the Thunder was Brendan Werstein.
So I think we should get a media timeout very soon here, and I don't know, are we doing media timeout now? Can you tell?
No, we're not going to do a media timeout now because it's an icing. So we can't do a timeout in a situation where one team is unable to change. Would provide an unfair advantage.
But really for North Carolina State, when they get that media timeout, they're definitely going to need to make some big adjustments.
Absolutely, as that one's blocked off, and limping to the bench is Trevor Merchant. He got in front of that shot and knocked it out to center, but Merchant definitely going to the bench under some duress. That one's stolen away down the right wing. There goes Johnson. Johnson backhand forehand. He hit the crossbar. Johnson beat Fry, but he couldn't beat the iron. Left wing boards. A play forward there by Johnson. Two pack members battle with one Trine Thunder. It's kept in by Hudson. He tries to make a move. Down the left wing. A shot. Save. Puck loose. And another save by Fry. Boy, James Fry sprawling out to make the save. There goes Demizio down the left wing. Wraps it around the net. Into the skates there of Kyle Callahan. To the point it goes. A shot was fanned on by Vigar. That one taken there by Dombrowski, and it's out to center. Dombrowski harassed the whole way by Robinson. Back into the NC State end. Hudson plays it up ahead. Quickly back the other way. Come the Thunder as a big collision in front of the NC State bench will send Halko down to the ice. Dombrowski has it. He'll play it over there for Vigar. Vigar tried to play it back for Pearl, who looked like he was getting ready to make a rush up the ice, as this one is sent all the way down, and this will be an icing with 4:38 to go here in the first period, and the Trine Thunder leading the NC State Ice Pack 2-0.
So I think, if I think for North Carolina State, I think the thing that's going to be imperative for them is they really are not. Now you can tell me I'm totally wrong because they just hit the crossbar, but I think they're going to start to really need to utilize the point men, get some traffic in front of Fry, who seemed to having a hot game and definitely a hot glove hand so far here in the first 15 minutes of this contest. But I think from a strategy point of view, probably some changes. I don't really think the 11 shots they have are proportionate to the amount of scoring chance. I think Trine with many more scoring chances, regardless of the fact that they got 2 goals.
Well, that's definitely the case, Rasty. Trine has done a really excellent job of being able to get more offensive zone pressure, and Joey Hall definitely, I feel like, has been the busier of the 2 goalies, if for no other reason than the fact that he's faced more quality opportunities. Down the right wing boards, a nice little move to try to get around a man, but it's stolen away. Here goes Jansen. Jansen, a pass back for Pearl. Looking for Jansen, but it's stolen away. And with it for the moment was Eric Todd. Into center ice, outstart the pack, a nice move by Anastratov. That's Vedetta. He'll just send it in and go back for a change. Into forecheck is Costigan, who will just send it down low. Onto the stick of Todd. Here's Eric Todd. Back pass and a shot goes wide. A rocket of a shot off the stick of Leith Jadala. Circling with the puck and spinning it back down low is Matt Costigan. Jadala ties up with Pearl. Swung back around there by Ian O'Rourke. Or excuse me, that's going to be Jansen. Ollie Johnson has it. Sends it back around. There's Hudson with the puck for Trine. Up for Sharippa. Across the ACHA logo, he'll send it all the way down. And once more, this will be an icing with 3:10 to go here in the first period. And Rasty, we still haven't had our immediate timeout yet.
No, I think they're going to save it and just tack it on to the first intermission, I heard.
I would have to assume so. So we'll get a face-off back to the left of James Fry as his Trine Thunder lead the NC State Ice Pack by a 2-0 count with 3:10 to go here in the first period. Shots on goal 11-7 in favor of NC State. Far side corner. Shot never made it. That coming would have been from Banashevitz, and it's kept in at the line there by Mazikowski. Sent back down in. Far side half boards. Turning with it was Molnix. Has it stolen. A big collision, and we're going to get a penalty coming up. As Brendan Werstein, or excuse me, that was Logan Hudson, he ran through Anastratov and completely demolished him. So NC State will get the first power play of the game with 2:52 to go here in the first period. And before we do that, we're going to take a timeout and thank our sponsors. This is the 2019 ACHA Men's Division II National Championship Tournament on the ACHA Hockey Network.
The 2019 ACHA National Championships are brought to you by Aries Sportswear, official merchandise partner of the ACHA. Howie's Hockey Tape, the official tape provider of the ACHA. And the City of Frisco.
And we welcome you back to the Children's Health Star Center here in Plano, Texas. This is the 2019 ACHA Division II National Championship Tournament here on the ACHA Hockey Network. Andrew Shapiro joined alongside Rasty McGibbon. This is the final game for these two teams here in Pool A, the Trine Thunder and the NC State Ice Pack. Trine leading 2-0, 2 first period goals by Jason DiMizio and Sean Sharippa. And Rasty, what are your thoughts as we enter the late stages here of this first period?
Well, I think if you're an NC State fan, I think you have to be happy that the intermission is coming. But really, this is a fantastic opportunity for North Carolina State to climb back into this game. And I think it may also because of...
a shot saved by Fry, the puck loose, and another save by Fry!
I think because typically the point men are used more in a power play situation, it may translate into them being used more once the once the teams are back 5-on-5. I think for Trine, great effort. I would say they've done a really good job defensively. I would say the man that is standing in front of the red goal down there, James Fry, probably their best defensive player on the ice right now. I mean, his glove hand is smoking hot.
Fry's look good coming off the bench. As this is going to be taken in by Eric Miro. Go ahead, Rasty.
I think for North Carolina State is they can't let an odd man rush the other way, especially shorthanded. I mean, that would really just that would really just flatten the tires.
Absolutely. And just speaking of which, there with the puck goes Tanner Bennett. Down the right wing, 2-on-1. He feeds a pass across for the take there by DeMizio. Trine's power play, 9.1%, 12th among all tournament teams after 2 games here in the opening round. NC State's penalty kill, NC State's power play, is 9th best among tournament teams, 6th best among tournament teams at a 25% clip. Trine is killing them off at a 69.2% rate.
So the NC State 6th or 9th?
NC State is the 6th best power play.
6th best power play. Okay,
yes,
good.
And Trine has the 12th best penalty kill here among all tournament teams. A play by Jadala goes in front, goes to the point. Mazikowski fakes a shot, goes down low for the take there by Banashevitz. Here's Rushford, a shot gloved out of the air by Fry, and he'll get a whistle with 25 seconds to go in the power play and 1:17 remaining here in the second period.
Yeah, there's got to be some communication from the point men to these guys that are down low to just say, hey, can you at least try to get a body in front? Because I think these guys are going to stop what they can see. I feel the utilization of the point was spot on. But let's see. Let's just see how much traffic we're able to get.
Well, there's good traffic right there, but Banashevitz decides to play it down low for the takeoff to Halko. Banashevitz on the near side half boards. He spins away from the forecheck there of Ludeman. Has it now, looking for a lane. 10 to go in the power play, 1 minute remaining in the third. A pad save by Fry. Banashevitz with the rebound. He has to backhand it off the side of the net. Ludeman steers it into the corner. To the point it goes for Rushford. Trying back to 5-on-5. 0 for 1 go the Pack on the power play. That shot fought off by Fry. He uses mass to make the save. Out in front, another save by Fry. Banashevitz has it in the far side corner. He spins around with 36 to go in the period. Spun back behind the net. There with the puck is Ole Johnson. He'll play it up the boards. He's rubbed off there by Nikita Anastradov. Outstart the Trine Thunder 3-on-2 with 25 to go in the period. Pass up ahead. That finds Werstein. Near far side boards. Over for the take and a nice move. Backhand. A poke check by Hall. He puck sits loose at the top of the crease. Hall got bowled over. He gets up, finding his crease again. Behind the net it goes with 10 to go. NC State content to just hold the puck and eat up the rest of this clock here with 6 seconds to go. That will pretty much do it for the first period. So 3 shots on goal during the opening power play for Trine. Or for NC State, as they trail the Trine Thunder 2-0 after the opening 20. Shots in the first period, 17-8 in favor of NC State. Goals by Brian DeMizio and Sean Sharippa had the Trine Thunder up 2-0 after the opening 20. Rasty McGibbon is heading down to ice level. We're going to try to have an interview with one of the coaches from NC State, and we'll be bringing that to you shortly. Over on the other side, we have a game between Northeastern and Montana State. Montana State, the Cinderella story they are, making it here to the national tournament, will go home after this game. Northeastern will advance to the national semifinal following the conclusion of this game, where they will face the UMass Minutemen. And we're still waiting to see if we can get an interview with Rasty and one of the NC State coaches, and it looks like we will, in fact, have a player coming out onto the ice to join our very own Rasty McGibbon. As we now get ready to take you ice level, here is Rasty McGibbon with your first intermission star.
Rasty McGibbon with Ellis Rushford. Probably not the way you guys wanted to start. They were able to get a breakaway and score one there in the first minute, but just tell me about how you liked your guys through the really the second half of that first period, where I started to think you guys kind of settled down and played more of what I've seen from you guys this tourney.
Yeah, I think that first goal was just bad bounce, kind of didn't go our way. Second goal the same way. We're not playing bad. I mean, we're out shooting them, so we just got to keep on the gas, stay on our pace. They got less lines than us, and we can keep going. So.
I didn't see a lot of utilization of the point, guys, and then you guys get on the power play. The power play expires. You do get some fantastic opportunities. Fry's kind of hot. He's flashing the glove pretty hard there. But then the puck's starting to come back to the point. How important is that going to be for you guys and something you talk about?
They collapse a lot, so we got to utilize the points a lot. There's a lot of space up there. We got good shots from the point, so we have a lot of production up there. We just got to use us.
Talk a little bit about traffic in front of this goaltender, Fry.
Yeah, we got to get his eyes out of the game. He tracks the puck really well. His glove's really good, so we just got to get in front of him, get some rebounds, get some bounces going our way.
Thanks very much for your time. Good luck in the next 40.
I appreciate it.
Now we send it back up to you guys. Andrew?
All right, well, thank you, Rasty, and thank you, Ellis Rushford. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with the second period, 2-0, our score in favor of the Trine Thunder at the end of one. This is the 2019 ACHA Division II National Championship Tournament on the ACHA Broadcast Network.
You know the answer. You studied for this. Come on. Timmy! Come on, Timmy. You got this, son. Pencil to paper. Focus. Come on, Timmy. Focus. Focus. Take the puck. There you go. Skate. Skate. Pass it. You call that a pass? What are you doing? You missed the puck. Come on.
And welcome back to the 2019 ACHA Division II. We're in the second period of this Pool A matchup between the number 4 ranked from the Southeast region, NC Slay. Goal by Brian DeMizio, just 52 seconds in. And at the 3:25 mark, Sean Sharippa doubled the lead with his first of the tournament, made it 2-0. Shot 17-8 in the period in favor of Trine, or excuse me, in favor of NC State. As we're underway here in the second period, Trine moving right to left in the white jerseys trimmed in blue and gold, and NC State moving left to right in the black jerseys trimmed in red and white. Behind the net, there's Banashevitz with a wraparound, fought off there by James Fry. And we want to point out, if you're a late joiner here, as this one's in the slot, shot coming in and fought off by Fry again. Neither one of these teams will be advancing after today, and so for the seniors, this will be the last game that they play here. And so that was the motivation for shot coming by Fry. That was the motivation for head coach Dan Mays. As he started Tyler Huff, Huff made 2 saves and then was relieved of duty to a standing ovation by the Trine University faithful to my left, as well as the entire Trine bench. Huff, a senior, will be graduating later on this year, and his last game here with the Thunder as I bring in my partner, Rasty McGibbon. Rasty, what have your thoughts been after the opening, well, now 21 minutes? Oh, hold on a second. Hold on. There we go.
Hello. We good?
Yeah, we're good.
Sorry.
Sorry about that.
No, I think for Trine University, I would be pretty satisfied with how they played there during the first period. And it's going to sound kind of funny, and hear me out on this. I don't think Trine really generated a lot of offense. I think they generated some chances. You know, of the 2 goals they have, the first one came on a breakaway. The second one really came on a single-man effort off a rebound. And I think for both teams, Trine definitely in the driver's seat. North Carolina State, though, is going to have to figure out a way to generate offense. Talking there to Ellis Rushford, he, I thought, brought up a fantastic point, and he said, Trine really tends to collapse, and we are not taking advantage of our point guys. And so I think it's going to be interesting as this next 18:43 elapses here in the second period. Does NC State make the adjustments necessary to slowly climb back into this one?
Quickly down the right wing, here's Callahan with a nifty move to the side, and a shot and a cover up there by Joey Hall.
Hall has definitely been solid, and again, this is the 3rd game that I've seen him. In 2 of the 3 games, he definitely has had goals scored on him very early in the game, and I don't really think that is necessarily a statement on him, but it may be a breakdown defensively by North Carolina State, and unfortunately, he's the last man back. So it's always a hard start, when you're down by 1 and a minute or 2 minutes into the contest. And for NC State, that's been the story 2 out of 3 games this tournament.
Hall's allowed 2 goals on the 9 shots he's faced. Coming into today's game, he was 1-1 on the tournament with a 6.75 goals against, an 8.82 save percentage. He makes a nice save there on the long try by Sharippa, who was looking for his second. Pass across for the take there by Jensen. A shot fought off by Hall as the puck, it goes into the netting and out of play, with 2:07 gone by in the middle period.
Fantastic job by Jansen there from our near point, as he is able to use a wrist shot and get that puck on net from traffic. Hall having a difficult time seeing that one, but being able to make the save to keep this one 2-0.
Face off to the left of Hall, the senior from Rockville, Maryland, also playing in his final game here for NC State. As in the left wing, it'll be taken by Logan Hudson. Out in front, they score! Looks like it might have been Sharippa who got the tip on it. Hudson wrapped it around, and Trine goes up 3-0 with 17:43 left in the second period.
And I think that's a good example of what I was talking about, Trine actually generating offense. For the first, so we're about 2 minutes and 15 seconds in, the puck has never really left the NC State zone except very briefly, and Trine doing a good job of getting shots in, having traffic in front, and Joey Hall almost being a little bit hung out to dry by his defensive core.
And for Sharippa, that is his second of the game and second of the tournament as well. And Werstein will get the lone assist on Sharippa's goal. That comes at 3:17 mark of the second period and has the Thunder leading 3-0 here in the second period. Offsides is NC State, and so the faceoff will come outside to the neutral zone. Only 2 shots on goal in the period, both coming from Trine, one of them resulting in a goal. And on the other side, Northeastern and Montana State tied at 2 as we reach the late stages of the first period over there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And again, Montana State, one of the two great stories here in this tournament, as I'm sure everybody in the ACHA is aware now, Montana State was unable to make it to their regional tournament by bus, or so they thought, as Allegiant Air wound up coming in clutch with a flight to Tempe as they go down the right wing on a shot. And a fight off by Hall! He used the glove to make the save there on the try by Jacob Hatton. And Allegiant Air for Montana State flew them down to Tempe, Arizona, and Montana State, the 11 seed in the West, went 3-0 in the regional tournament, including knocking off Boise State, the number 3 team in the West, and the top team in regionals. This one's played up ahead, poked away by Fry, including a win over Boise State, that with half a second on the clock as Fry denies that one as well. And then was played out of play. So NC State, the other great story, an unbeaten season, 27-0 coming into nationals play, ACC tournament champions, the first ever team from the ACC to make it to the national championship tournament. And Rasty, it really hasn't, I mean, you can't even say that NC State hasn't played well. They kind of slipped up a little bit when they ran into the buzzsaw known as UMass, but a great response yesterday with a win over Northern Colorado, and they've looked pretty good here in this opening period and change against Trine.
Well, I'm going to agree with most of what you say. I don't think that they looked fantastic in the first 20 minutes. I think having seen them play yesterday, I can say definitively that they have played better, and they did play better yesterday. Now, I hope they're not out of gas for the NC State faithful that are following here and at home. Trine has definitely been the better team today. I don't think that the disparity in shots on goal is indicative of scoring opportunities, as we've talked about.
We're going to have a whistle and an interference call coming up. Trine will go back to the power play. They're 0 for 1 on the day with 3 shots on goal. As to the box,
Mazakowski
will go, yes, Cam Mazakowski.
He's going to get a 2-minute minor or less for obstruction interference at 4:13.
And I misspoke. This is actually Trine's first power play. The first penalty of the game went against Trine. So Mazakowski gets 2 minutes for interference. That coming at the 4:13 mark of the first period. Trine goes to the man advantage for the first time today on the tournament. With the extra man, Trine is the 12th best team among all tournament teams, 9.1%. NC State, the 9th best penalty kill among all tournament teams, with a 77.8% success rate. Down the right wing, a backhander held onto by Hall off the try by Jason DiMizio with 24 seconds gone by in the power play for the Thunder and 15:23 remaining here in this second period.
Nice save by Joey Hall. Once again, the North Carolina State defense crew relying on him heavily as Trine was able to come down that far wing and get a backhand shot right on net, and Hall looking sharp there on that one.
This one sent all the way down as Fry will take it in the far side corner, and he's going to leave it off for the take-up by Ole Johnson.
I'm going to be honest, Hall has not looked bad in this game. Unfortunately, he got beaten a 1-1, okay? The second one was after he had made the initial save. Defense was not there to clear the rebound. So I think Hall has played well. I think the 5 guys in front of him need to make some adjustments, to give him a chance to notch out a win here in his last game, wearing a Wolfpack uniform.
And there's plenty of time for them to do so as the Wolfpack have it now, and they'll send it the length of the, oh no, it's going to be kept in at the line by Dombrowski. He'll push it forward and behind the net. Taken over there by Ian O'Rourke. He'll wrap it the other side, and into pinches Dombrowski. Near side corner, he goes behind the net. Dombrowski has it again. Walks to the half boards, and we're going to get a whistle, and an interference call will be coming up momentarily, and that'll be against Trine. So that will do it for the Thunder power play as they go 0 for 1 on the day with no shots on goal. Skating to the box is Sean Sharippa. He'll get 2 minutes for interference at the 5:31 mark of the second period. And
something that's going to be important for North Carolina State, really to grab some of the momentum back that I think Trine has a bit of a stranglehold on. They're going to skate 4-on-4 for 42 seconds, and they're going to have about 1:15, which should be time for North Carolina State to climb back in this. If you're a Trine fan, I would say not much that I would be able to critique them on, but for North Carolina State, really offensively fairly flat. They did have a crossbar there in the first period, and although it shows 18 shots, I mean, they're even counting some from outside the blue line. So
Robinson leaves a pass off for Johnson down the right wing. 17 seconds left in the 4-on-4, after which NC State will have a power play for about a minute 18. As a hard check in the far side corner will send to the ice Devin Halko. Halko circles with it, walking to the top of the ACHA logo. Halko has it now behind the net. Trine is killed off their power play. NC State now to the man advantage with a minute 12 on that. Far side corner, here's Halko. He fires a shot deflected off the post, and the rebound's under with 1:04 to go in the power play.
So a couple things I really liked on that. First of all, they used the point man. Secondly of all, they had traffic. And thirdly, the man that's providing traffic was able to generate an additional scoring chance off the rebound from the large leg pads there of James Fry. And they also didn't wait very long to shoot, which I think is important.
Absolutely. Key to a good power play is puck movement and good shots. That one goes to point for a shot by Halko. It goes in the far side corner, and it'll be sent the length of the ice by Ludeman. 47 seconds to go in the power play for the NC State Ice Pack. They trail 3-0 with 13:10 to go here in the second period as that clearing attempt just goes off the glass and in behind the net. Wrapped around the boards for the take by Laith Jadala. He'll hold off and start it up the ice. Pushed forward there onto the stick of Banashevitz. He leaves it off for Jadala. It's a partial 2-on-1. Jadala fires a shot, and that goes up and into the netting out of play. 24 seconds left in the Ice Pack power play. 12:53 to go here in the second period. Trine leading 3-0.
I would say a little bit more life. And interestingly, you know, when I'm watching the North Carolina State, and I've had 2 opportunities to see their power play now, they really like to operate it from down at the hash marks on the sideboard. And I don't know if they're trying to backdoor it across or they're trying to walk in from the hash marks with a reduced angle shot.
Shorthanded 2-on-1. Here comes Bennett. Bennett fakes. Backhander. He scores! Tanner Bennett, a shorthanded 2-on-1.
Something I alluded to there in the first period is for North Carolina State, they can't let the odd man rushes. And unfortunately, I think the ultimate scenario of that is letting in a shorthanded goal. And
for Tanner Bennett, that'll be his first goal of the tournament. A lot of people getting their first goals of the tournament here, Rasty, as that one goes up and out of play.
7 seconds are going to be left in this power play for North Carolina State. The faceoff is going to be in the Trine zone, which is really the only sweet note of what has transpired so far.
28 to go here in the second period. We're back to 5-on-5. Near side corner, Callahan lifts it out. His glove down by Mazikowski, but right onto the stick of Sharippa. He's got a 3-on-2 as Sharippa goes down. That courtesy of Ellis Rushford. To the point it goes, and it's out to the zone. Circling back with it is Jansen. Has to wait for his teammates to get set up, and finally does. He'll send it back in for the take there behind the net by Mazikowski. Interception there. There's Werstein throwing it out in front, and that'll spring Johnson. It's a 2-on-2 with a back checker. Now one man on each side joining the rush. Johnson dips his shoulder and takes it into the far side corner. On the near side boards, a little bit of a collision there between Sharippa and Parker Zarek. Now they tie up in the near side corner with 11:42 to go in the second period. Trine leading 4-0 shots in the game, 20-14 in favor of NC State, as that shot is tipped wide on the deflection by Riley Johnson.
Looking across there at the NC State bench, we do see Josh Cannon suiting up. I don't know if that means he's going to be activated any moment now as he's snapping the elastic strap on his helmet.
I would have to assume Cannon would be coming in, if at all, during the media timeout, as this one's stolen away by Mura, has it stripped from him, and out start the Thunder in the person of Sharippa. Onto the stick there, Trenton Molnix, down the right wing. Here goes Callahan. Has it stolen away from him. It's Christie in the far side corner. That'll do battle there with, looks like Mazikowski. To the point it goes. Holding and faking a shot was Hatton. He throws it towards goal, and Hall fights it off. He didn't see where it went, but it went behind the net. Merchant will have it now. It's good to see him back because he took a puck in the ankle earlier and showed some duress, but it's good to see him skating around under his own power. As behind the net, Hatton will start out for Trine. Sent back into the Trine end, and now they'll break out. Here comes Dakota Davis. He dishes a pass off to the right for Bennett. Bennett, far side corner, has it stolen away from him. Played out to center, and now a 2-on-1 for the Ice Pack. Here goes Ryan Kinney down the left wing. Kinney is shot, followed up by Fry, and he steers it wide. Fry fought that shot off, and the puck sat loose on the side of the net, but a good job by the freshman to steer it out of harm's way. Here comes Bennett down the left wing. A diving poke check there by Ian O'Rourke. Nice job by O'Rourke to break up that pass. To the point it goes. There's Ludeman. He throws it towards goal. Gets it back on the block shot. Throws it again, and Hall denied him. Down low to the near side boards. A blocker save by Hall on the try by Pearl, and it's sent the length of the ice. 9:53 to go here in the second period. Trine leading 4-0.
Excellent job. Excellent job by Trine there, getting two guys right outside the blue ice to be there for rebounds and to obstruct the view of the goaltender Hall.
Shots on goal in the second period, 8-4 in favor of the Thunder. They've closed the deficit. It's now 21-16 in favor of the Ice Pack, who will attempt to start out in the person of Alex Vedetta, but it's stripped away from him. Bennett has it on the near side half boards, takes it into the corner, circles away from the forecheck of O'Rourke, to the slot, fires a shot, save made by Hall, the rebound, they score! Looks like that'll be Bennett, who's crashing the net and registers his second of the game. It's 5-0 Trine, as we will in fact have a goalie change. Josh Cannon will come in relief of Joey Hall. And you can hear the applause as we'll have a goalie change again for Trine. We'll get you all the details after we come back from our media timeout. This is the 2019 ACHA Division II National Tournament on the ACHA Broadcast Network.
The 2019 ACHA National Championships are brought to you by Barron Championship Rings, proud sponsor and championship ring provider for the ACHA. Warrior Sports, the preferred stick supplier of the ACHA. The Dallas Stars. For tickets and more information, visit dallasstars.com. And Southwest Airlines, the official event airline partner of the 2019 ACHA National Championships.
ACHA Division II National Championship Tournament here on the ACHA Broadcast Network. Andrew Shapiro and Rusty McGibbon taking you through this matchup in Pool A between the Trine University Thunder and the NC State University Ice Pack. 5-0 our score, Trine in the lead, and we have a simultaneous goalie change here, Rusty, as coming in to replace Joey Hall will be the junior from Raleigh, North Carolina, Josh Cannon. He comes in one game in relief earlier, a goals against of 4.5 and a save percentage of .833. For Trine, their second goalie change of the day. Tyler Huff started. He made 2 saves and was replaced in a standing ovation by the freshman James Fry. Fry has now been pulled, and Vinny Evans, the sophomore from Pittsburgh, PA, will come in to shut the door here for the Thunder.
And you almost wonder, are they saving Howe or Huff to go back in, at the for the third, and it'd be interesting to see.
I have to think that Huff is going to be on the bench for the rest of the day. He was relieved again with a standing ovation and a big hug there for James Fry, almost like a passing of the torch. Jadala down the right wing corner. Callahan gets his second assist. So Callahan with his second assist of the game on Bennett's second goal of the game. So second goal of the game where it goes Bennett from Callahan, and it's now a 5-0 lead for the Trine University Thunder. Touched forward by Banashevitz on a cross-ice pass. Taken away by Anastradov. He gets around the forecheck there of Ole Johnson. Out to the neutral zone. It goes onto the stick of Halko. Back down low. Here's the take by Alfonsetti. He'll go up the boards. And it's pushed back into the Trine end. Tie up in front of the NC State bench with Devin Hudson coming away with the puck only briefly. As circling back with the moment for there was Trenton Molnix. Played up for the take ahead by Werstein. Werstein dishes it out wide. Touched along through the skates of Molnix as Werstein will corral. He goes across for Sharippa. Sharippa walks in. He's stripped to the puck by Jadala, and it's a 3-on-2 for the Pack. Here goes Jadala down the right wing. Drops a pass into the slot and stolen away just as quickly. There goes Werstein up the near side boards. Werstein in a 3-on-3 for the Thunder. Far side corner, that's taken by Hudson. Hudson starts up with a head of steam. He's got a man all over him. That was Molnick's, but Hudson able to get over the red line and push it into the Trine end. Quickly sent back down the other way, and this will go for an icing as Halko will come back and get the touch. 7:46 to go here in the second period. The Trine Thunder leading the NC State Ice Pack 5-0. Shots on goal in the game, 21-18 in favor of NC State.
NC State really just needs to kind of hit the reset button as you got half the game left and just start chipping away at this. You know, it'd be nice to get a couple goals by the end of this period. And I think Fry was hot. Fry was hot. His glove was hot. I think for these guys, they need to get a volume of shots from inside the blue line.
Like that? That's a great save there by Vinny Evans. Really his first true test of the game, Rasty, as he keeps that one out with the left pad.
Vinny Evans, one of the taller goaltenders we've seen. You can kind of judge that as he stands up. The crossbar really is kind of at his elbows. And when he goes down with those very large Navy leg pads, there is not much open ice there at the bottom. So nice job by Evans. And you know, what they say in other sports is you can't teach size.
That's very true. Evans, 6'1", 175, getting his first taste of tournament action. As we'll get a face-off back to his right, his blocker side. It'll be Zarek to square up there with Christie. Christie wins it back clean, and it's wrapped around the boards there by Ludeman. A keep it at the line by Rushford. Tie up in the near side boards. Escaping for the moment was Johnson, but the puck played out to center, and Mazikowski has to play it off. A clearing attempt there is intercepted, and out starts Dakota Davis. He's pickpocketed by Johnson. Pearl drops a pass back. Dakota Davis will push it back in to the NC State end. Clearing attempt onto the stick, and there goes Robinson. Robinson in front of his own bench, picks up a loose puck, back into the slot, and what a move, but a save there by Evans! As we're going to get a whistle. And I believe the net has come off its moorings.
Great second effort there by North Carolina State as he's able to even get a scoring chance on his back.
Alex Robinson trying to imitate that now famous Ovechkin clip where he circles around, falls, does a spinorama on the ice, and still puts the puck in. And he came very close to doing so, but those 6'1" legs of Vinny Evans keeping it out. So it'll be a face-off to the left of Evans in the Trine goal to our right.
I think some of the North Carolina chapter of the off-ice officials are thinking that should have been a minor penalty to no avail. Indeed,
the delegation from Raleigh has made their voice heard as this one's pushed up ahead and stolen away by Eric Mura. Into the skates there of Dakota Davis as Trine before checking the person to Pearl. Shot goes wide. The Davis has it in the far side corner.
Now, I will tell you from watching the first game against UMass, I think when Josh Cannon came in relief, really he had a couple goals that I think, in all honesty, he would wish that he could have back. Then he seemed to settle down and had a really solid outing.
It seems to be a theme as there are some goalies who will no longer be in semifinal contention that really wish they had a couple of goals back, and I would have to assume one of them would be Carlin Testa of Keene State. Really kind of a rough outing today as his team went up 3-0, and then Cincinnati, the onslaught began, and the Bearcats scored 6 unanswered to win that game 6-3 and lock up Pool D. Here in Pool A, as you mentioned, Rasty, UMass, the #1 seed in the Northeast and the national #1 for some pools, they've locked up their spot, and they play later on today purely for exercise as they'll face Northeastern tomorrow in the semifinals.
And that, I think that's going to be a dandy of a game. Two teams that have seen each other this year. And I tell you, this year teams from the Northeast have really fared well. And you know, interestingly, I can talk a little bit about a conversation I had with Bobby Rodrigue there before the first game. But
and I will say, the Northeast has had a very good showing. 7-1 after 2 days of pool play. They're 0-1 today with the loss by Keene. And you know whose house has had a very good showing region-wise is the Southeast. NC State, one of 4 Southeast teams to win yesterday. They were perfect in the second day of pool play. On the tournament coming in to today, Southeast region was 6-2 And a win today by Cincinnati puts them at 7-2. An NC State win here would put them at 8-2 through 2.5 days, which is a pretty darn good record.
Shabby.
No, not at all. The Central region also a decent showing so far on the tournament. They are 2-6-1, as that one's taken and a shot denied there by Cannon. Trying in position to make it 3-6-1 if they can hang on for the next 20 minutes as well as the next 4:35 here in the second. And the West region, it's been a little bit of a rough go for the West region as they just got their first win of the tournament today in a thrilling OT victory by Utah State, 4-3 over the Marion Sabres, as that one's denied there by Cannon. Sent off the glass, and it's going to be kicked forward by Davis Hudson, who has it now go through him. Costigan will sky it out to center. Just hops over the stick there of Alex Vedetta, who can't get around the forecheck of the two Thunder players coming back to defend on him. Up the left wing, there goes Dombrowski. He'll feed a pass ahead for Davis. Now Pearl, near side corner. Pearl ties up there with Halko. To the point it goes. Dombrowski can't find it, has Jadala all over him, and now Dombrowski again. He'll send it down low. Pearl looking in front, trying to find Davis, but unsuccessful. Now it's stolen away, and now it's Josh Jadala. He was looking to try to spring Banashevitz, and he lifted his head to the ceiling as if to say, oh, heck, as Banashevitz will tie up behind the net there with Dombrowski.
I think that's exactly what he was going to say.
With 3:33 to go here in the second period, and there is a Trine player down on the ice in some serious discomfort. Backdoor play, and a goal! Behind the play, we have a Trine player who is down. A goal by the Thunder off the person of Jacob Hatton. And of course, the first priority here is the safety of these players. The goal will stand. It'll be 6-0 in favor of the Thunder. We'll wait for the official scoring on that bench.
I'm not sure either. That may be Bennett. I'm sorry, I'm way off. That is actually Christie, I believe. Austin Christie is going to get to his feet, come off under his own power, out helping him, the trainer for the Thunder, Aaron Turner.
Which is always good to see, especially with a vicious collision like that. And I'm not sure, did that puck actually cross the line? Because we have the referees are setting up a face-off inside the NC State end.
So I would say no.
I think Cannon kept that out.
Wow.
Holy jumping, what a save there then by Josh Cannon. I thought that puck crossed the line.
Yeah, and you know, I think you and I both were a little bit distracted by by Christie being down back there.
Yeah, that's going to go down as one of the stranger plays as Cannon hangs on to that shot from the point taken by Logan Hudson. That's going to go down as one of the stranger plays, I think, of this tournament.
Yes, I think you're right. And that may be a play that you see on ACHA tonight.
Hopefully.
Well, hope some of these guys just hoping they get a sniff at the show tonight.
Absolutely, and of course we're very happy to see, first and foremost, that Austin Christie's okay. That's the biggest thing about this tournament is the happiness and safety of these players. So the fact that Christie went down in a heap is concerning, but the fact that he's up under his own power is, of course, the best thing to see here in the tournament. And of course, that was a great save by Josh Cannon. Please don't think that we're discrediting that. Here's Anastradov. He'll try to start out as it's stripped away from him by his opposite, number 8, that Bennett. Jadala has it taken away from him. Another collision in the slot, and Jadala will start up again from his own goal line. Banks it off the pass, looking for Banashevitz. And circling back with it is Ludeman. Ludeman spins away from the forecheck of Jadala, who will clear the crest of center ice. And now here goes Ludeman down the right wing. Drop pass into the slot. A shot deflected just wide, loose in front. It goes through the crease and off the pad of Josh Cannon. And sent the length of the ice. No icing. Banashevitz will win the race, and Evans comes out to play it around. Taken by Ludeman. 2:24 to go here in the second period. Trine leading 5-0, very close to 6, and very close to 7 following after that, as Mazikowski has it behind his own net. Mazikowski plays it out wide. There goes onto the stick of Zarek. Played down the left wing, and it's Alex Robinson. He's rubbed off there by the forecheck of Kyle Vigar. In the far side corner, a slot play tipped forward by Robinson, but he was unable to find the net. Robinson drops a pass off for the take there by Zarek. Zarek takes it around the point to the ACHA logo. He'll fire a shot deflected into the far side corner. 1:47 to go in the second period. Trine leading 5-0. They are being outshot on the game 23-20 but on the period, they hold the shot advantage by a 12-6 margin. Far side corner, Sharippa plays it out in front. Nobody home as it goes into the near side corner for the take by Riley Johnson. Johnson stood up there alone in front, and a nice move by Sharippa. Oh, he got cold clocked as he's going to draw a penalty there. Sharippa took a hit up high, and it looks like it might be Johnson, the guilty party. Sharippa was alone in front, and I believe that's actually going to be Mazakowski. Oh, no, Mazakowski's going to the bench. It's going to actually be Rushford.
Rushford's going to go off for a rough.
So Ellis Rushford, 2 minutes for roughing. That penalty coming at the 18:38 mark of the second period. I mean, we talked about it just a couple minutes ago. Health and safety of the players comes first, and that was a definite hit up high.
Well, and you know, I was just looking over as the coaching staff, they're interacting with the linesmen. For North Carolina State, it's going to be very hard to climb back into this one when you are
down 6-0 as Braden Pearl pots a power play goal. First power play goal of the day for Trine. I was getting ready to say they're 0 for 1 on the day with no shots. But they convert there. First shot of the power play goes in, and it's 6-0 Thunder with 1:14 to go here in the second period.
Excellent execution. It took them exactly 7 seconds to get that one in as they caught a cannon coming across. Maybe a little bit of one of the smaller goaltenders here, leaving a bit more upstairs, and he was able to get it in this near top corner. 6-0 Trine.
Yeah, Joshua Cannon, 5'9", 180, so not exactly the biggest goaltender in the world, as the opposite number, Evans, will hold on to that for a whistle. So Hatton will get the lone assist on Pearl's power play goal. And for Braden Pearl, the freshman, or the senior captain, excuse me, that is goal number 1 for the tournament. And it's good to see the senior register one more goal here in the national tournament. And you hear the last-minute announcement as the puck is sent in behind Vinnie Evans. Wrapped to the near side boards and played out by Bennett. Stolen away. There's a shot coming. It goes wide off the stick of Ryan Kinney. Breaking out for the Thunder, it's going to be Davis. He drops a pass out wide for Bennett. Bennett spins off a check and sends it in the near side corner up to the point. Played in there by Dombrowski. Breaking out is Mura. He'll send it just out of the reach of Alfonsetti, and it rolls on goal, so Evans will cover up for a whistle with 30 seconds exactly remaining here in the second period. Trine leading 6-0. 4 goals here in the second period by the Thunder. 2 of them by Tanner Bennett. 1 by Sean Sharippa, and a power play goal just now by Braden Pearl. In the far side corner, it's poked around for the take on the near side half boards. That by Callahan. Pushed forward, there goes DiMizio looking for his second. DiMizio backhander saved by Cannon. The puck sits loose in the slot. Cleared out of harm's way by Mura. Down the left wing with a head of steam goes Eric Todd. Todd muscled off the puck there by the back check of Callahan with 10 to go in the period. Swung back to the near side boards. It'll be wrapped around again by Ludeman. Far side corner, 2 seconds and 1, and that will do it. Second period comes to a close. Trine Thunder, 6. NC State Ice Pack, 0. Shots in the second period, 14 for the Thunder, a 2-period total of 22. And for NC State, 7, a 2-period total of 24. So we've had goalie changes, we've had power play goals, we've had highlight reel saves, and we've had highlight reel goals as well. And if that wasn't enough, we're going to have an interview down on the ice level, and it's going to be Rasty McGibbon. He's going to have Trine forward Sean Sharippa. Rasty, take it away. All right, thank you, Rasty. We're going to take a timeout and be back with the third period of action here on the ACHA Broadcast Network. It's Trine 6 and NC State 0. You are watching the Men's 2019 Division II National Championship Tournament here on the ACHA Broadcast Network.
This university is on a march to achieve our full potential.
We have extraordinary skills. We have great thinkers.
From the hands-on introductory level all the way through the PhD.
We're not just scientists that sit in a lab fiddling around with test tubes.
We're problem solvers.
There's never been a time when the think and do attitude that we have was more critical to our university.
We are doing things that nobody else is doing.
We make something impossible possible.
To solve real problems in the world that actually save lives.
Immediate impact.
It's in the DNA of the place. We're here to think and do the extraordinary.
getting... Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah. Yeah, you're on. It wasn't plugged in all the way. And we welcome you back here to the Children's Health Star Center here in Plano, Texas, for this game in Pool A between the Trine Thunder and the NC State Ice Pack. This is the 2019 ACHA Men's Division II National Championship Tournament here on the ACHA Broadcast Network. Andrew Shapiro, Rusty McGibbon taking you through the season finale for both of these teams. Quick around the league update. Pool A already locked down. That'll be UMass advancing by virtue of their 2-0 record through the first 2 days. Pool B will result in a winner-take-all game that tonight between the UNH Wildcats and the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles. Pool C decided last night. Northeastern, by virtue of their 6-1 win over Aquinas, they will advance to the semifinals, and we'll play UMass actually. And Pool D decided earlier today, Cincinnati a 6-3 victory over Keene State. So Rasty, 20 minutes on the clock. It's 6-0 Trine as we play the final period of the season for these two teams. What's the message going into the third period here for these guys?
Well, I think that's the first thing. I think don't do anything silly. That would be that would be really the message. Go out and have fun. I think for NC State, obviously a lot of frustration, not only with the players, with the coaching staff, probably with the fan base that's here as well. So I think for NC State, I think what my message would be: let's go out in this third period and really just kind of start fresh and execute.
That's a great save there by Josh Cannon, post to post, blocker down, and his momentum taking him back. He gets a glove on it to freeze it. As we've played 23 seconds here in the third period, and big saves on both sides here, Rasty.
Oh, there are, and I think NC State has relied very heavily on their goaltenders today.
We've got the NC State fans. I mean, somebody forgot to tell them they're down 6-0. They're making as much noise as they did when they first started. Quick scoring summary earlier today. Sean Sharippa has a pair of goals. Tanner Bennett a pair. Braden Pearl and Jason DiMizio, the other two scoring for Trine, as this one's going to be played out by Laith Jadala down the left wing for NC State. 2-on-3, Jadala. A nice move to the slot. Can't pull the trigger as it's played into the near side boards, and a tie-up with Braden Pearl over there. Far side corner, it's going to be corralled by Hudson. He'll circle back. Starting up with it. And turning back into the Trine end was Trevor Merchant. Shot goes wide. It's Vinny Evans tending the goal to our left for the Trine Thunder, and goal to our right being tended by Josh Cannon, whose name we already called. Pearl drops a pass over for Dakota Davis. Gets it back to the point. A take there by Dombrowski. A shot fought off by Cannon. And down the left wing, there goes Kinney. Pass across, fought off there by Evans. Onto the stick. O'Rourke can't pull the trigger. And it goes off the boards and back down into the NC State end. No icing. Alex Mura has to regroup for the ice pack. He's met there by Davis, but gets a breakout pass onto the stick of Riley Johnson. Down the left wing, there goes O'Rourke. Has it stripped away from his opposite, number 28, that being Ole Johnson. Circling back with it for the moment was Alfonsetti, who has it now. Far side boards for the play coming by Jason DiMizio. Wrapped around the net for Johnson. O'Rourke and Alfonsetti both there to greet him as it's taken by Johnson out in front, and quickly come the Thunder. Callahan tries to leave it off, and it's played out to center by Bennett. There goes DiMizio with 2 on the day. He's met hard by the forecheck of Alex Robinson. Backhand pass, and it goes off the post and up out of play. 2:21 gone by in the third period, and it's a 6-0 lead for the Thunder.
Really Trine continuing to pour on the pressure there, and Cannon has been solid, only allowing 1 in since he came in for relief for the goaltender Hall.
He makes another save there to pad his stats. Face-off won by the Thunder, and a shot blocked by Johnson off the stick of Hudson. NC State will clear it out to center. It's gloved down by Hudson and played back in behind the net. Halko there to race after it for NC State, but it goes through him. To the near side corner, the take coming by Jacob Hatton. 2 players aside, battle for it. Behind the net, that's going to be Bennett looking for an outlet pass. He goes to the point for Hatton. Tipped into the near side corner by Robinson. Hatton's stick failed him on the play. As out of the corner, walking is going to be a take by Ludeman. Here's Hatton, a shot, and a nice save there by Cannon. Denies DiMizio on a point-blank chance as that puck hits the ceiling and falls down with 3:05 gone by here in the third period.
And again, the pressure continuing to stay on there by Trine as Cannon continuing also to keep this a 6-0 game. Not much offensively in the first 3 minutes from North Carolina State.
Shot pad saved by Cannon. He'll freeze it for the whistle.
I think this is the first time that we've actually seen shots there for just a few moments. We're even at 26 aside. NC State had been out shooting Trine, but Trine heavily outscoring NC State in this day 3 of pool play contest.
And as you mentioned, Rasty, for the first time all game, Trine with the edge in shots on goal. They lead 27-26. On the period, they're out shooting the Ice Pack by a 4-2 margin, or 5-2 margin, excuse me. Circling back with that for the Thunder is going to be Jansen. And down the right wing, here comes the 3-on-2 for Trine. Drop pass onto the stick of Werstein. He throws it on goal. Cannon will freeze it for the whistle with 16:21 to go in the third.
Consistent pressure. The pressure does not let up by Trine. And you know what's interesting, and I was not involved with the Northern Colorado Trine game there on day 1, but really impressive if this kind of pressure was applied by Trine, that they were able only ever to score 2 goals in that contest. Were you involved with that one, Andrew?
Absolutely, and it was an amazing game by Ashton Opperman, the Northern Colorado goaltender. He made, what was it, Lou, 54 saves, something like that? And Lou Gamelin shaking his head in approval, next to me. That was Captain Lou on the call of that one. That was a fun game to call. It was the first tie of the tournament, and so far the only tie of the tournament, on the first game in a tournament nonetheless. So really kind of started things off on a weird note.
So was it more an issue of just a really hot goaltender?
That's exactly what it was, Rasty. It was just Ashton Opperman from Northern Colorado standing on his head. This one's played out to center on a second effort. Pearl drops a pass down for the right wing take by Dombrowski. He's met at the blue line, and it's played back into the NC State end by Eric Todd. Here's Jadala down the right wing. 1-on-2. Jadala, a nice inside-out move to get around Dombrowski, but he has the puck knocked off of his stick. Far side corner, it's played around the boards. Here's Mazikowski. Sends it down to the near side corner, and out starts the Thunder. Nicholas Ludeman has it knocked off of his stick. There goes Pearl. Plays it out wide for Davis. Dakota Davis into the far side corner. Puck stripped from him by Jadala to the point it goes. And here comes a shot by Hudson. Fought off and denied there by Cannon. Down the left wing, here comes the ice pack captain Banashevich, 2-on-3. Banashevich denied there by the poke check of Hudson, and out start the Thunder. It's a 2-on-2, now a 3-on and 4-on-2. Davis feeds it out wide for Vigar, back looking for Davis, a shot held on to McKinnon. Puck sits loose at the top of the crease, but will get the whistle as the net is knocked off its moorings by Logan Hudson sliding in.
And there is going to be a cross-check call. We can see the referee down in this corner giving the indication. And that may be Mazikowski going off again. I'm not sure. It does appear.
It's going to be Mazikowski getting 2 minutes for a cross-check.
I think that is his third minor penalty of this match so far.
Only his second.
Only
his second. But for the Thunder, it's going to be their third power play of the game. They're 1 for 2 on the day with the man advantage. Just one shot, but it was their power play goal, which came 7 seconds into their second power play. At penalty coming at the 5:17 mark, and you can hear in the background some of the NC State fans are none too pleased with the officiating. And they'll have to take it up with their bosses at the next union meeting, right, Rasty?
You have to take it up with someone. There, incredible save there by Cannon out on the border of the crease and the white ice, flashing the leather and catching that one high on his glove side. Only 13 seconds expired so far in this man advantage for Trine.
Yeah, Josh Cannon coming in off the bench and standing tall as a house as it's taken on the far side point by Dombrowski. Here's DeMizio looking back to our play, but it's stolen away, and Mura diving to clear it out. Will be able to do so. Setting a man down to the ice, that was Dombrowski who flipped over Alex Mura as he laid out full extension and knocked that one out to center. With a head of steam comes DeMizio. Right wing, he dips the shoulder and takes it behind the net. Now to the far side corner, DeMizio circling, holding and looking for a man. He finds it in Dombrowski. Down to the far side corner, kicked forward there by Bennett. And a puck is poked out of play and all the way down by Zarek with 1:06 to go here in the power play, and it's 13:47 remaining in the third period. The Trine Thunder leading the NC State Ice Pack by a score of 6-0.
Two great examples of really digging deep effort by North Carolina State. Zarek able to knock the puck all the way down, and then on his chest on the play just before that, clearing the zone from his chest, just getting the puck out over the blue line.
And to pinch there is Hudson. It goes into the far side half boards and played out to the point, taken by Sharippa. He goes down low, looking and finding Pearl. Sharippa has it again. He pokes it in a big check in front of him, in front of the NC State bench. Ice Pack start out shorthanded with 30 seconds to go in the penalty kill. Alfonsetti, 1-on-3, will just take it into the near side corner. A crunching collision here to the near side corner, and now start the Thunder. That's Werstein over the logo. Drops the pass off. Sharippa fires, didn't get anything on it as it's poked into the corner. 12 seconds to go in the man advantage here for Trine. Far side corner, it's Werstein. To the point it goes for Hudson. His shot fought off there by Cannon. Pass across, there goes Hudson. 2 seconds and 1. Tipped in front, bounces around in the slot and out of harm's way. Trine unsuccessful on their third power play of the game. They are now 1 for 3 on the day. 2 shots on that last man advantage. Here with a head of steam comes a take by Halko. He escapes from the check. There's Riley Johnson throwing it on goal. Evans with the save. And Evans will just cover it up for the whistle with 12:20 to go here in the third period, and Trine leading 6-0.
Interestingly, that puck was played in on the Trine goaltender by his own player ultimately, and that counting as a shot, believe it or not.
Well, I mean, it's easy to stop the shots when they come at you at a half mile an hour from your own team right next to you. Face off to the left of Vinnie Evans. And off the tie-up, Davis escapes, but a shot coming to the point. Davis might have gotten a piece of it to keep it out of the way as the tie-up now ensues behind the net. Zarek met by 2 Thunder players as Robinson unable to find the shot on it. It goes off the back of the net, puck bouncing around, and finally escaping with it for NC State is going to be Ryan Kinney. Skied out to center. It'll land at the feet of Devin Halko, who plays it out wide for Hudson. Hudson tries to play it forward, but it's blocked on the way, and Davis will go forward once he escapes the check of Halco. Out in front, what a goal! Braden Pearl! A nice pass in front. All the work done by Dakota Davis on that play. Pearl with the nifty move to get around Cannon, and the extra point is good. It's 7-0 Trine.
Excellent effort there by Trine as North Carolina State down in the zone, transitioning out, and Pearl putting the dot on the exclamation point there, and it is 7-0.
That's Pearl's second of the game, second of the tournament. Dakota Davis will get an assist at the 8:13 mark as Trine now leads 7-0 here over NC State. 11:47 to go in the third period. Face-off is won by the Thunder. Back for the take there by Ludeman. He goes up the wall looking and finding Bennett. Out to center. There goes DeMizio and Bennett. They've got a man with him in Callahan 3-on-2. Crunching collision here on the near side boards. It's out to the point. Shot Callahan, he scores! Kyle Callahan, top shelf up over the glove of Cannon, and it's 8-0 Thunder.
And Trine just continues to pour it on. Unfortunately, the woes for North Carolina State continue. Really no discredit to the goaltender in Cannon or even Hall, who was his predecessor, as they have really gotten not a lot of help.
2 goals in 16 seconds for the Thunder. And for Callahan, that's his first goal of the tournament. He did have 2 assists earlier in this game today, and now he gets on the score sheet on the right side. Thrown across the crease there by Anastradov, and it goes back down low. A shot saved made by Evans. It pops up in the air, and it'll be taken there by Bennett. He plays it out. It's blocked on the way by Mura, and down the left wing, there goes Callahan. Looking for a back pass. He finds Bennett. It goes through him as up walks Banashevitz one-on-one. Now he finds a man breaking. Ashadala backhand forehand, and he scored! No, he saved it! Vinny Evans kept it out! I thought Jadala slid it through the legs, but Vinny Evans, post to post, gets the left pad on it and preserves the 0 on the NC State side.
Banashevitz is going to go off 2-minute minor for a cross check. 9:06.
Boy, that's not a momentum turner for Trine. I don't know what is. Jadala denied. As Banashevitz gets 2 minutes for a cross check, that time of the penalty is going to be 9:06. Trine back to the man advantage. They're 1 for 3 on the day with 7 shots on goal.
Trine slowly starting to pull away in the shot category.
Zarek will play it out.
They pulled away in the goals category long ago.
That they did. As it's an offsides play for the Ice Packs, so Trine will have all day to break it back and to start over. That's Molnix who left it off. Now here's Dombrowski behind his own net. 30 seconds gone in this man advantage for the Thunder. They lead 8-0 with 10:20 to go here in the third period. Down the left wing boards, there goes Sharippa looking for the hat trick. He dips the shoulder, throws it in front, and a save made by Cannon, taken in the far side corner and sent the length of the ice by NC State. Evans will just leave it off for Dombrowski to start back up. Cody Dombrowski, the sophomore from Sunrise, Florida, plays it out with a head of steam for the take there by Molnix. Molnix will get it in, and it's sent back the length of the ice. Evans has to watch it go to his left, and he'll just steer it around the net. There's the take by Ludeman. He'll send it back around. Controlled by Braden Pearl, the captain of this Thunder team, the senior from Van Cleek Hill, Ontario. Isn't that near your neck of the woods there, Rusty?
You know what? I was looking at that, and I don't actually know. There are some areas with hill kind of around me. I tend to think it's going to be over maybe west of Guelph, but I'm going to bring up my old faithful Google Maps, and I'll tell you here.
This one's sent back in behind the net. It's actually going to be an icing as it was not touched by any Trine player. And with 20 seconds to go in the power play and 9:14 to go here in the third period, the Thunder with a commanding 8-0 lead.
That is a bit of a rare call we have not heard much of today. Icing.
You're absolutely right. It's been controlled passing on both sides. So the face-off is to the right of Vinny Evans. Zarek wins it forward, and a nice late move there by Ludeman with the head fake will break it out for Trine. Pass across for Sharippa. He's looking, but he was over the stick of Vigar. It goes down into the NC State end. Vigar ties up there with Mazikowski, and it'll be sent the length of the ice. 7 seconds to go in the man advantage for Trine. They will go to 1 for 4 on the day. Just one shot on that last power play.
And I am way off. Van Cleek Hill is between Ottawa and Montreal, just south of the Ottawa River. I know some of you are familiar with Cornwall, and that is just north of Cornwall.
All right, so today's lesson in Canadian geography is brought to you by Rasty McGibbon. All right, so that's going to be coming up on the other side of this media timeout. This is the 2019 ACHA Division II National Championship Tournament on the ACHA Broadcast Network.
The 2019 ACHA National Championships are brought to you by Budget Car Rental, the preferred rental agency of the ACHA. Hogan Transportation, official tournament partners of the 2019 ACHA National Championships. Edge Protect, protecting goalie skate blades since 2004 and official sponsor of the 2019 ACHA National Championships.
Tournament here on the ACHA Broadcast Network. Andrew Shapiro, Rasty McGibbon taking you through this game between NC State and Trine University. It's 8-0 in favor of the Trine Thunder. Shots on goal thus far, 34-29 in favor of Trine. As with 8:37 to go here in the third period, it'll be a face-off inside the Trine defensive end. Now, Rasty, as we went to break, you were starting to tell us that a little bit of a story about, I think it was Cornwall?
Yeah, so, I think a lot of Americans are really kind of immune to the fact that there have been acts of terrorism in Canada. And at one time, they found some people that were involved with a terrorism plot working at the Walmart in Cornwall. And once they were apprehended by the Canadian government and ultimately sentenced, they were sentenced to stay in Cornwall.
Oh, my goodness.
As punishment.
Rather than being deported, you're forced to stay where you are. And we get some looks from the Trine fans to our left as you can't buy this entertainment anywhere, folks. And we're very glad to tell you that here at the ACHA, you don't have to buy this entertainment because we have such amazing sponsors, as you just saw through that media timeout, as that one shot is turned away by Cannon. And honestly, it is because of them that we're able to bring you this tournament free of charge here on the ACHA Broadcast Network, as a shot by Robinson was denied on through. Rasty, who do we have to thank here for this awesome experience these fans at home are getting?
Well, I think there's a multitude of sponsors. Our power play is being sponsored by Hogan's Transport, longtime sponsor Howie's Hockey Tape, Aerie Sportswear, Warrior Athletics, Edge Tech, Barron Championship rings. If you've ever seen those, they are killer looking. USA Hockey, Drury Inn, Southwest Airlines, Budget Rent-A-Car. And you know what? I've been, first time I ever did this was back in 2005, and I have seen every variation and permutation of ways to bring this broadcast to you. I think what we've solidified over the last few years with the guys from University of Utah, what we call U-Vision, and being able to bring it for free. The late Commissioner Mike Radakovich, that was always something that he wanted. The funds were not always there every year to be able to bring it for free, and so we still tried to bring a fantastic product. But I think since we have done this in-house and been able to bring it for free, I would really ask you, when the opportunity arises, to patronize. Like, if your team's looking for a box of tape, and you know what, say, hey, you know what, Howie sponsored ACHA. I think I'm going to give Howie's a try. And, if you're going out of town and you're going to rent a car, say, you know what, I got to watch the Nationals for free. Maybe this time I'm going to rent for budget. Or, you know what, we're going to stay over on this road trip. We're going to stay at Drury Inn. So, you know what, take an opportunity, patronize our sponsors. You're getting to watch this for free, and that's how we want it for you guys at home.
Absolutely. And from a personal standpoint here on this trip, we're fortunate enough to have Southwest Airlines and Drury Inn be our transportation and resident sponsors here during the week, and Budget Rent-A-Car as well. They've hooked us up a couple fantastic rental cars as we have a 2-on-1 here. Costa get a shot swallowed up by Evans. Budget Rental Car, a clean rental car, smells brand new even though it's got about 6,000 miles. You wouldn't even know it. All the bells and whistles and all that good stuff. Drury Inn, they've just been top-notch. The hospitality service by them has just been phenomenal. Free hot breakfast every morning, as well as a nice little cocktail hour from 5:30 to 7:30 every night. And every stay, you get 3 free cocktails, which is phenomenal. And they don't exactly water them down either with those fruit punches there. And Southwest Airlines, I mean, they're the
on time, every time.
Absolutely, and they're the reason that we've been standing here today. So Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the ACHA, and I actually have my flight booked back home, and I'm not really looking forward to it because that means back to the real world. As Anastradov will take it in and a drop pass off for Jadala. He fires a shot right into the breadbasket of Vinny Evans. 6:49 to go in the third period. Trine leading 8-0. Shots 35-31 on the game.
Okay, so interesting question for you, Andrew. Should Trine continue, which goaltender gets the win?
Well, the goaltender would actually be Tyler Huff.
Well, that's what I thought.
As he gets the start. And they do it by baseball rules. It's who's in net and who's in net when the game-winning goal is scored.
Right, I gotcha.
Seeing as how Trine scored just 52 seconds into the game while Huff was still in net and no goals have been scored by NC State, Tyler Huff in his college finale would go out with a win, which is always nice to see. And the parents next to me are shaking their heads in approval, and we definitely appreciate you guys listening next door and listening at home as well. Tie up in front of the NC State bench is going to be dropped forward by Banashevitz. Touch forward there by Pearl, and it lands onto the stick of Anastradov and gloved out of the air by Mura. Sent back down for the take, and the left side play there by Ole Jansen, wrapped in behind the net as we're going to get an icing with 6:17 to go here in the third period.
And really, you know, it's just formalities at this part. You know, I think the thing for NC State needs to be stay out of the box, okay, for the last 16. Go out and stay disciplined here for the last 6 minutes and 17 seconds. It's you know, you made it to the national tournament for the first time. It's going to help you definitely with scheduling. I didn't see what happened there.
The linesman dropping the puck got a little bit of a stick to the face. Couldn't tell if it was Alfonsetti or Pearl that did the damage. But he's just going to laugh it off and say, I'm okay. Hey, listen, referees are hockey players too, so they're tough guys. I've seen referees take pucks to the face and keep playing. I once saw a referee in a junior game take a hip check into the boards, get off the ice his hip for about 10 minutes, and come back out to play the rest of the game.
I one time saw a referee fly in on Southwest, rent a budget car, come call the game, get back in budget, take Southwest home, and he was home for dinner.
Starting up with his Alfonsetti. His shot catches the high glass and goes out of play with 5:51 to go in the third period.
And he was wearing a jacket made by Air Sportswear.
Was he wearing a Barron's Championship ring?
He left it at home.
Ah, too bad. Okay.
But he had one. He had one.
You know, I'm sure that was the case.
It was.
All right. What's up? Captain Lou showing off his Barron's Championship ring. That coming courtesy of Aquinas College and their D3 team. Aquinas Saints will actually play later on today. That game will be brought to you here on the ACHA Broadcast Network, and it'll be Captain Lou Gamelin taking the call. I'll be joining him for the color commentary. That game actually coming up next right here on the ACHA Broadcast Network, and we certainly hope you'll join us for that.
And all I can say to Lou is just pace yourself, okay? Pace yourself, all right? I'm going to send somebody out for cough drops to keep that going.
If anybody watched ACHA Tonight last night, you heard Captain Lou's call, the dramatic back and forth affair as this one goes down for an icing. Cincinnati Bearcats went down 3-0 against Northern Arizona University, scored 4 straight, a Desmond Conley penalty shot tied the game up, and so they scored in overtime to win the game. As we're going to get another goalie change back out on the ice to finish out his college career will be Joey Hall with 5:33 to go here in the third period. And
I'm going to tell you, that's a classy move by Mike Gazzillo.
Absolutely. That's a good job by Gazzillo. And one last time, Joey Hall's name mentioned over the loudspeaker as this one's played up to center, and the take there is by Tanner Bennett. Circling back with it, he's muscled off by Alfonsetti, one-on-one. Alfonsetti has it knocked through him. Bennett has it again. Left wing boards for the take there. Here comes Molnix. Drops a pass down to the left wing boards. That's going to be taken by DeMizio, who's ridden hard in, and a penalty coming up. Another cross-checking call as DeMizio slow to get up to his feet. 5:06 to go in the third period, and DeMizio clutching his left leg. Trine goes back to the power play. They're 1 for 4 on the day.
For the trainer for this Trine team, it's a lower body injury as he's going to try to come off under his own power.
I think that's safe to say. 14:54 is the time of the penalty. I believe the
he is able to move himself a little bit.
Laid the hit. cross-checking seems to be the theme of the day here. The last 3 penalties that have been called have been all cross-checks. So Trine goes back to the man advantage with 5:06 to go in the third period and sent the length of the ice. And boy, Joey Hall, I mean, it's good to see him back out there.
Oh, I'm super happy he's back out there.
Me too, but I mean, I kind of feel for the guy. Like, hey, you started me, you took me out, and now you're bringing me back in to face another power play.
You know, the North Carolina State fans have been very verbal about what's happened here today, but the reality is they've not gotten any goal support at all. I mean, the winning goal was scored 50 seconds into this game, so it's I think it's a little hard to to make complaints. I mean, there may be some calls that you felt it could have gone the other way, but ultimately, there's not 8 goals worth.
No, not at all. As here comes Hudson down the left wing in a shorthanded opportunity. And we do have to give a shout-out to Ed Giacomucci, the referee-in-chief here for the ACHA tournament. He does a really excellent job of selecting these officials. He goes through, and he makes sure that we have the right people on the right games, and that one's poked away by Hall. And honestly, for the most part, the officiating, obviously there's going to be people who are going to have their own opinions, but for the most part, the officiating has been pretty stellar here. And that's all weekend long, as this one's cleared all the way down by Mura with 30 to go on the power play, 3:33 remaining here in the third period.
We'd also like to take our opportunity to thank the man in the truck who has really put the expert finishing touches on this, and that is our, would he be engineer or producer?
You can call him whatever you want. I don't think
I'm going to call him Josh.
You know what?
How about I just call him Josh?
That works.
I mean, his mom does.
Yep.
And Josh, thanks so much. You guys do a bang-up job with a lot of stuff that I don't think I do and will never understand, but it looks really good on a computer or smart TV screen. So thanks for you guys. And I know you sit there for 12 or 14 hours a day and half freeze to death, but honestly, the people at home really thank you and Justin, who are just killing it, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Josh Hafali, our technical director here on Rink 1, our producer. He's sitting there in between the stands. You see him waving his hands, giving us the love. Josh, that's all love for you, buddy. Thank you. And thank you to everybody here at the ACHA Broadcast Network, from our commissioners, Dave Kurtz and Jay Peacock, as that backhander goes over the net, to all the people working back at the Comerica Center in Frisco. And that shot single year. We'll be back here again next year in the Dallas area. And we're really looking forward to ACHA Tonight, achatonight.org. It's our wrap-up show. Get to hear Rasty's voice on a good call, as that one's wrapped up there by Vinny Evans. And we're going to break down the pools for you, go over some highlights, and we set up the next day's action for you as well.
Well, a big shout-out to Brandon Boosh and Lou as well for helping out on the cameras. That's... I think the thing I love about this, about the group of guys that get together every year and do this, is it's just, let's just do what needs to be done,
yeah.
and ultimately to bring to bring a good broadcast, and I mean, these guys were in here on Tuesday, putting up all these cameras, tons of man hours of work to get all this stuff and unpacking and figuring out, even before we get here, what equipment are we bringing, what equipment needs to be rented, cordless microphones, I mean, like, you name it. I even saw the president of the league in here applying the big stars in the corners that you see over there with the national championship. So, I mean, it's I don't want to say it's grassroots, but that's really the term that comes to mind. And they really do this for the for the teams that you see there behind the bench, just to give them a quality national championship experience.
Absolutely, that one's turned away by Evans. And you do mention those banners behind the benches, the banners on the glass, and all the banners and decals you see all around here. Those aren't put up by the rink staff. Those are put up by ACHA staff, the people who take the time out of their day. They pause their real-life activities. They come down to Frisco and Dallas and Plano and wherever they're going to be staying, and they make sure that the rink is not only game-ready, but is visually appealing for the players, the fans in attendance, and for the fans watching at home on the ACHA Broadcast Network.
And you're 100% right. I am going to make one caveat on that. The banners behind the goals were put up by rink staff.
Okay.
And the championship banners to the extremities of each bench that are outlined in red have been put up by the rink staff. And I just want to say that because They got guys that are on the clock for the rink to put those up, and it just adds to a championship atmosphere here. And I would really like, any player. If I just picked a player at random from either side, just say, you know what, I had an awesome experience at Nationals.
Absolutely, and that is due in large part to the rink staff here at the Children's Health Star Center in Plano as we get a whistle and some extra pushing and shoving ensues there as frustration starting to boil over for Nikita Anastradov as he says hello and how do you do to Logan Hudson.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. He's sending them both off.
All right, Anastradov.
No, and you know what? With a minute 41, it's what you got to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So Anastradov and Hudson, they'll finish up their seasons in the penalty box as with 1:41 to go here in the third period, and Anastradov just slams his helmet. And we're going to get a whistle, and I think they're going to try to figure out if Anastradov is going to receive any kind of supplemental discipline on this. Now, remember, Anastradov is a sophomore. He'll be back next year, and any additional discipline that requires any kind of suspensions, that carries over into next year, Rasty. The fan bases are starting to have some words with each other, and so Anastradov will leave the ice, and Mike Ferrone will be called back to the bench. He was originally going to serve the minor, but there's no minor needing to be served. It's probably just as a straight 10, as well as the additional 2 that cancels out.
And you know what? We really have not had the opportunity to talk about it, but this is a Hogan Transport power play.
Absolutely.
Have you taken the Hogan Transport quiz, Andrew?
I did take the Hogan
Transport
quiz.
Okay. So you want to know what? I actually met the heir apparent to the Hogan Transport Trucking Corporation last night over at Comerica.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we had a fantastic conversation. It was really neat. And you know what? If I get any time, I'll tell you a little bit. Anyway, started by the great grandfather up in St. Louis, 1918. Okay, when he turned it over to his son, he gave him 2 trucks. Okay,
yep.
So that's the great grandfather to the grandfather. Grandfather to the father was 200 trucks.
Wow.
And now they have 7,000 trucks.
Wow. And there's a goal. It's Sam Banashevitz, the senior, the captain from Raleigh, North Carolina. Tips home the shot by Devin Halco. NC State on the board. 8-1 with 1:01 to go here in the third period.
And, of course, it was on the Hogan Transport power play that NC State finally got the bagel off the board, as our buddy Brett Luthner talks about.
That's absolutely right.
And you know what? It's not a big goal, but it's a big goal.
It's a feel-good goal, if you will.
Yeah, it is.
And for Banashevitz, that'll be his second goal of the tournament. And a nice deflection there on the shot by Devin Halco, who will get an assist. And Mazikowski will get an assist on that as well. 8-1 our score with 42 seconds to go in the third period. 36-34 the shots on goal as Rasty McGibbon heads ice level to get an interview with one of our players of the game. Touched forward there by Banashevitz, who's looking to try to add one more to pad his resume before he departs. Down the right wing, there goes Sharippa. A nice little toe drag to get around the forecheck of Mira. Pass across, backdoor play, and they score! Trenton Molnix! Why not? 9-1 in favor of the Thunder. And that's a really good job by Sharippa as well, who just did all the work on that play. The toe drag, the nifty move, and he just hits Molnix for a wide open net. And so Trenton Molnix will get his name on the score sheet today. That's his first goal of the tournament as well. And it comes with 21.5 seconds left, but it counts all the same. Circling back with it is Hatton. He'll take it back behind the net. Trenton Molnix, the sophomore from Leslie, Michigan, gets on the board as it goes up the wing for Braden Pearl, and an offsides play with 5.4 seconds to go here in the third period. And so one last face-off as this game is all but wrapped up. Trine Thunder, a commanding performance here in this final game of Pool A action. All 3 goaltenders used by the Thunder. Both goalies for NC State used. Face-off, clock will run. And a standing ovation for the Thunder, a standing ovation for the Ice Pack as their seasons have come to an end. 9-1 our final score in favor of the Thunder. Scoring summary in the first period, DeMizio and Sharippa for Trine. Sharippa again in the second, followed by a pair from Bennett and Braden Pearl. Pearl will get his second, that at the 8:13 mark of the third period, followed by Callahan. And then with 1:01 on the clock, Banashevitz breaks the shutout, getting his first of the game, second of the tournament for NC State. And Trenton Molnix put the wrapper on it as he scored just 19 seconds later to make the game 9-1. Final shots on goal, 37-34 in favor of the Thunder. 15-10, the final shots on goal in the third period, also in favor of the Thunder. And you see the two teams shaking hands one last time. They will head back home to their respective campuses. The seniors playing their last games here. And you can see the emotions running through these teams. For one team, obviously, bittersweet, the elation of victory, the heartbreak of knowing that it's over. And for one team, the agony of losing is never easy, especially when you know that your season is now over and there is no tomorrow. And some hugs being exchanged at center ice. Teams congratulating themselves. And teams just recognizing that this is the last time they're going to be together. Each team will salute their fans. NC State first. They salute the Ice Pack faithful. And Trine, one last salute for the Thunder crowd. You can hear the Wolf Pack chants in the background for the NC State team. As Rasty will have an interview ice level with the Trine Thunder captain, Braden Pearl. Rasty, take it away.
Rasty begin with Captain Braden Pearl. An explosive display of offense. Just talk a little bit about that.
I just have to thank my teammates that were there, giving me the assists, and, really got to have my hats off to them. They did a really good job today.
There's 16 teams coming into this, and it's probably no secret that all 16 would love to play on Monday and Tuesday. You guys tying on the first day, which always makes things kind of interesting in pool play. What does it mean for your program to go out with such a decisive win on day 3?
It's a great step forward for next year. Yes, we didn't get the result we wanted, but I think next year is a good step forward, and then the guys will be ready to go next year and, go for a national championship next year.
Something I thought that was an incredibly classy move, your coach getting all 3 guys playing time. My understanding, Huff's a senior.
Yep.
Just talk a little bit about him.
Tyler Huff is one of our greatest leaders, one of the greatest leaders that I've ever met. Great goaltender, and he's going to go off and do great things in the future.
And I'm also from Ontario. I had to I'm from Ontario. I had to look it up on Google, but I think a small town between Ottawa and Montreal, just south of the Ottawa River. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say any proximity to Cornwall. I wouldn't do that to you. But just talk a little bit about how a guy from small town Canada gets down to play in the national championships in Texas, probably 2,500 miles from home.
Yeah, so it's been a pretty crazy journey. I played juniors a little bit of everywhere. Then I ended up playing Western New England for a couple of years. And then decided to make a change and went to Trine for 2 years, and I'm really happy that happened.
You guys playing tribute to the people that made it down to Texas to support you. Just talk a little bit about the support of families, friends, girlfriends, moms, you name it. Even friends of yours back in Ontario that have made this year so successful for you guys.
Our fan base has been awesome. They've been supporting us every step of the way. Just looking at them cheer us on at the end there was, a great experience, and we couldn't be where we are now without them. So,
I'm just gonna give you a free mic here just to talk a little bit about the coaching staff. You guys definitely look well coached, and I don't think that's a secret for anyone in the building. Speak a little bit about them.
Our coaching staff is phenomenal. There's no other word to put it. Dan Mays, one of the greatest leaders and coaches that I've ever had personally. I have nothing but good things to say about him. you know, I love the guy, honestly, and the rest of our team does too.
Well, thanks very much for this. Congratulations on a very decisive win here on day 3, and you guys get home safe, eh?
All right, thanks a lot. It was a pleasure having us here.
Look forward to seeing you guys next year.
All right, thank you. Perfect.
Andrew, now we send it back up top to you.
All right, well, thank you very much, Rasty, and thank you, Trine Captain Braden Pearl. Outstanding sentiments from the captain. Trine victorious, 9-1, the final score. Both them and NC State will head on home after a successful season, a stint in the ACHA Men's Division II National Championship Tournament. Obviously not the way they wanted to go out, but we've been happy to have them with us. So we've been happy to bring you this game as well. For my broadcast partner, Rasty McGibbon, and for everybody associated with the ACHA Broadcast Network, my name is Andrew Shapiro. Thank you for watching this presentation of the ACHA Men's Division II National Championship Tournament here on the ACHA Broadcast Network. Good night and good hockey, everyone.